Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas is a local weekend morning show featuring the people, events, and companies that make Las Vegas the place to live, shop, work, and play. Good morning. When we met with Joe Marsh, owner of CrossFit Las Vegas, we knew he was the perfect fitness expert for Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas. We're filming here in his gym so you can see what the CrossFit buzz is all about.
Any CrossFit gym you go to is always going to have this community feel to it. There's everybody there, knows everybody there.
Before we talk with Joe, let me share with you some of the other great discoveries we have for you today. We stopped by one of the RTC Park and Ride facilities to learn more about the ways they are making our commute easier, faster, and on time. We'll even be sharing details about the upcoming Viva Bike Vegas. You'll hear from our local pharmacist about an unusual benefit of exercise, and Richard Hanseen with wealth and confidence building advice. Now let me introduce you to Joe Marsh, owner and founder of CrossFit Las Vegas. Joe, I can't believe you got me in workout clothes for this show.
Okay, no problem. It's gonna be a good time, you'll have fun.
So tell us about yourself.
Oh God, where to start? Grew up in Chicago, originally been in Las Vegas for about 9 years. My wife and I moved here just to get away from Chicago winters. When I graduated school back in Illinois, I graduated with an exercise science degree. So I've been pretty much in this type of industry since I got out of college.
You know, I noticed that about you. I read your bio on your website.
I'm sorry to bore you.
No, not at all. I was born in Chicago myself.
Oh, right on, very cool.
And grew up in Southern Illinois, so several of my friends went to the same college, and I was so impressed. Talk to us a little bit more about your degree. I don't want to brush over that. That's really important.
Okay. Spent a good part of my time in junior college wasting my undergrad, or my associates, if you will, on something I was no good at, business. And here I am, owner of a gym. So I changed to exercise and just like a fitness kind of a background towards the end of my time at my junior college, and when I went to my 4-year, just went on their track for exercise science. Took all the necessary coursework, and believe it or not, the majority of what I learned hasn't really come into play too much as far as running a gym and being a trainer out in the real world. It's kind of interesting how that worked out. But
and so what brought you to here? What brought you to this point of opening a CrossFit
that's a
gym?
long and uninteresting story. My last position that I occupied before I moved out to Las Vegas was at what's called a hospital-affiliated health club. That's where the cardiac rehab comes in, right? But my employer there, my boss, my direct boss, was a USA weightlifting coach, and he was also very heavily into something called kettlebell training. And through him, I started learning how to perform the Olympic lifts. I got into using kettlebells for my workouts, and before I moved out here, I asked him who I could go to as a coach for Olympic weightlifting. He directed me to one of 2 different places. On one of those places, their website, I found a link to CrossFit. I clicked on the link and saw the workout that website had posted. Tried the workout myself. It absolutely destroyed me. A workout that takes most CrossFitters 4 minutes to finish at worst. It took me 25. So it completely changed my paradigm on training and thinking of how to incorporate functional training into my clients' workouts. So from there, it was pretty much just screw everything else I had learned previously and train people the way I train people now.
And so how did you get into the training part? You go from a job to owning your own fitness gym.
It's a slow and involved process, a lot of sacrifice on my wife's part, a lot of patience on my wife's part, but you build up pretty much. I mean, when we started the gym, it was me, about 400 pounds worth of equipment in the trunk of a Cavalier, and 1 client in a park. So from there, we've grown to 8,000 square feet gym with just over 220 members over a 6-year time frame.
So you've been here 9 years. You opened the gym 4 years ago?
2006.
2006. Tell us your vision. What was your vision for, and how far along are you in accomplishing that?
Still got quite a ways to go as far as accomplishing where I have my mindset. But we've definitely come a very long way. Right now, what I would like to see is a little bit more equipment in the gym, maybe a little bit more space. Showers would be fantastic. but overall, I'm exceedingly pleased with where things are at and where I see them going.
Thanks so much, Joe. We're gonna touch base with you here again later in the program.
Okay.
And I think you have a workout plan for me, don't you?
Yes. It'll be easy. You'll be fine. I promise.
Great. Next up, our pharmacist has a little-known solution to a common problem.
Well, it's great to be back here today. And today I'm going to talk about a subject that has been requested from several people on our internet site. You can actually request subjects for me to discuss and also ask questions on our site, hometowndiscoveries.com. The topic I'd like to discuss today is digestion. There's a lot of, the topic I'd like to discuss today is indigestion. All of us at probably one time in our life are going to experience indigestion. Indigestion is caused by two main disorders. First one being GERD, which you might know as acid reflux disorder, and the second one being hyperacidity. Now, GERD is actually stands for gastroesophageal reflux disorder or acid reflux disorder. Now, what causes this to occur is as we age, we have a muscle at the top of our stomach, and this muscle has two purposes. Number one, to regulate food going into the stomach, and number two, to keep the acid produced during digestion to stay in the stomach. So as you age, this muscle gets weak. And when it gets weak, it loosens up, which causes the acid to leave our stomachs, goes up into our esophagus, can get up into our throat, and even up into the sinus passages. And this causes us a real extreme burning sensation. Sour taste, it's very uncomfortable. And so what happens, especially at night, when we lay down, this muscle even relaxes even more and causes the problem to even get worse. And that's why we see a lot of patients will have to set up in a chair all night in order to sleep, because they want to keep pressure on that muscle so it stays closed. Hyperacidity, on the other hand, is too much acid being produced in order to digest our food. This is very common with practically about all of us. So you got to be careful not to confuse these two, because they are different, and the treatment and the medication used for them is different. So tomorrow I'm going to discuss the treatment of these. I'm going to talk a little bit about how exercise can actually help this. And again, if you feel like you do have these disorders, don't hesitate to consult your physician about it. Again, it has been my pleasure. I want to remind everyone, your health is priceless.
If you're thinking about outdoor activities now that we're heading into our cooler weather months, check out the biking and hiking trails across the valley. Previously on Hometown Discoveries, you heard from Branch Whitney, local author and hiking expert.
And that's a great thing about Las Vegas. We have 3 separate hiking areas that allows us to have year-round hiking. I don't think any other city allows you to do that because we have such a difference in elevation.
We're so excited that Branch sent us an autographed copy of his book, Hiking Las Vegas. Register to win this great hiking resource at www.hometowndiscoveries.com. When we discovered all the new park and ride bus stops and express routes, we knew we had to share these with you. We're here at the West Cliff Park and Ride with the RTC General Manager, Tina Quigley.
Hello.
Hi. Tina, tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into your job here.
Okay. Well, I have been in Southern Nevada for about 22 years now. I came right out of college, and I went to work for McCarran Airport. Fell in love with the community. It was growing so quickly. There were so many opportunities for growth. And so I've now been with the RTC for about 7 years. I was at McCarran Airport for 15 years, been with the RTC for 7 years. And as you can see, I am not going anywhere anytime soon. I really believe in how how we are developing as a community, and I have a lot of passion for the infrastructure that's required to create a sense of community and grow our community responsibly.
So tell us a little bit about your job at the RTC. You've got broad shoulders here.
I love the RTC. I am a very big cheerleader for it. It is one of the most unique agencies in the United States in the fact that we have all the transportation components under one agency. Normally, you would have the transit agency, the transportation planning agency, and the agency that operates the traffic signalization and ramp meters, etc., all under 3 different agencies with 3 different boards, 3 different sets of bureaucracy. But here in Southern Nevada, our founders were very smart to put all the transportation functions in one agency. So we are able to get projects done a lot more effectively and efficiently than we would be otherwise.
So talk to us about some of your projects that you've completed. I know we're standing in one of them.
We are very proud of the fact that over about the past 10 years, we've worked hard to transform transit from something that only those who have to take it are riding to something that those who could choose to take it are riding. And in particular, our express systems, wherein what we did is we took a look at densities of where people live and where people work. And we tried to create a network of express systems that would move people from where they are to where they need to go. So commuter type activity. And as a result of that, we have introduced a new fleet of vehicles that look fast and operate fast and are very appealing to ride, very comfortable to ride. We have introduced transit facilities like this one, this Westcliff Park and Ride facility, where it's a very nice modern feel, very clean, it's got security. You can park your vehicle here in the Summerlin area and you can be expressed into downtown very quickly and even onto the airport in about 45 minutes.
As soon as I heard about this going downtown, I thought of it as a park and play for First Friday.
Perfect. You've come up with a new marketing slogan for us. You're right. Exactly. You can park here. Get jetted into downtown, expressed into downtown, play all you want, come back here, and drive home responsibly.
How fun. And another park and play would be to go to the airport and take off.
And that is one that I use regularly. I live down in the southeast. So yes, you can park at our South Strip transfer terminal, which is on Sunset and Gillespie, kind of near the rental car facility of McCarran Airport. And when you arrive back from your trip, you don't have to pay that hundreds of dollars in parking that you would have paid otherwise.
So tell us about your park and ride facilities.
Okay, well, the RTC has 3 major park and ride facilities. One that we're at here, the Westcliff here in Summerlin. We have the Centennial Hills up in the northwest, and we have the South Strip Transfer Terminal near McCarran Airport. And at all of those, you can park for free, and we do have some security there, and you can express right into downtown, or in some cases straight to the airport. We also have really great partnerships with some major companies in town like the Cannery, Suncoast, the El Dorado, who are allowing us to use some of their parking spots for our riders. So we call those park and ride facilities as well.
For the bicycle enthusiast out there watching, this is for you, Viva Bike Vegas. So I learned that you are a sports enthusiast and get involved with the Viva Bike Vegas. Tell us about that.
It's every year RTC works to promote bicycling, and one of the events that we put on is the Viva Bike Vegas event. And this year it's very exciting in that we are partnering with Interbike, which is the industry's largest convention that they have, and Pinarello is a manufacturer of bicycles. And we have got several different routes for all different types of riders. We've got a 17-mile ride, we've got a 75-mile ride, we have a 102-mile ride and a 122-mile ride, the Grand Fondo, which I won't be doing. I'll be doing the 100-mile ride, which will push my limits. But it's it's a ride, it's not a race, and it really is just a fun day. We've got lots of aid stations along the way. The route, if you're doing the 100-mile or the 122-mile, we'll go out to the Hoover Dam, and we'll actually ride across the Hoover Dam. We'll also get to go out towards Lake Mead and Red Rock, so you get to experience all that we've got here in Southern Nevada in one day on your bike.
That sounds so much fun. Tina, thank you so much for sharing everything with us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for doing the show. We appreciate it.
We have so many more discoveries to share today and tomorrow. Sunday morning, you'll want to tune in as Joanne Lucia, owner of Interiors by Designers Studios, gives us some insight on different interior decorating styles.
Let me show you our next design element. We call it just Asian. We have some dragon gates that I think are quite stunning.
Those are awesome.
Aren't they fabulous?
They really are.
They have some age, about 120 to 150 years of age, which by Asian standards is nothing. By ours, it's quite something.
Now let's hear what Richard Hanseen, our wealth advisor, has to say this week about sharing the wealth.
Another piece of the process that we've begun talking about, and the confidence piece. So we're talking about strategies for accumulation of wealth. Well, what do you do with the money? Are you going to spend it all? Are you going to pass it on to your children? Are there charities or things in life that you think your wealth could help people with? Those are issues that we deal with, again, and they sometimes are a little bit contentious. Typically, you raised your children and you think they're always going to be children. And depending on the size of the estate that you have, they're going to grow up and have to be adults. Now, 2/3 of the money that's passed on disappears by the third generation. So what we want to do is help people educate those families so that they've worked so hard they can keep that estate in place. So there's two pieces to it. We need to deal within the existing law for estate tax planning, which we do by collaborating with legal counsel and attorneys that we deal with, or your attorney if you have one, to ensure that the structure is adequate for passing the wealth on. Now, in some cases, we will bring in a group who will sit down and go over the goals and objectives for the family, because it's no longer Tom, Dick, and Harry and mom and dad. It's a family effort because sometimes that wealth that's accumulated gets so great. We have a client, this is a lot of money. It's not every client we deal with. It's an exception to the rule. But they have about $35 million. That's been accumulated over 2 generations. Now the issue is the 3rd generation. In order for that to continue on, the 3rd generation has to buy into the philosophies that their parents had in accumulating that money and the values that it has. They also have to get involved in the decision process about where do you invest it? What do you do with it? What kind of a lifestyle do you want to maintain? Do you want to spend it or not? In this particular case, by the time the children come into the estate through the trust process that's all been set up for them, they'll be about $100 million. So when we start talking today, we can't talk about what do you do with $30 million. We have to look down the road and look at these children who are going to be blessed with a significant amount of money, but have the responsibility of, say, $100 million. We do have techniques that we use to bring people together and bring facilitators together to ask the right questions and put together the right set of goals and objectives for the family, not just the individual, as to what are we going to do with this money, how big is it going to get, and how are we going to benefit not only us, but the community that helped us build this wealth.
Want more hometown discoveries? Check out our Facebook page and hit the like button. We'll be posting behind the scenes photos and comments that we want to share with you. Last week we met some frisky fellows ready for a new home. There'll be more of these friendly guys today at Dinosaurs and Roses. Go by and make a new friend. We're here with Everett, who runs Foreclosed Upon Pets. And of course, we're here with Jesse and Ben Buttons. Everett, tell us a little bit about Foreclosed Upon Pets.
Well, we got started in 2008 when, at the height of the economic crisis.
There was, as you're aware, there's quite a bit of foreclosure in Clark County. There's a lot of unemployment, and as a result of that, a lot of our dogs have been surrendered to the animal shelter, and sometimes irresponsibly left by their owners right in the backyards of the foreclosed homes. So we felt there was a need to provide an alternative source of rescue for the dogs and cats, and so that's how we got started. We started doing it internet-based first, and now we have probably about 50 foster homes, 100 volunteers. We have weekly adoption events, which Michelle and Dinosaurs and Roses has been nice enough to offer us free space where we can have an adoption event.
This is Saturday, and we film a little earlier than the show airs, but on Saturdays you're down here, right?
Yes, we're down here every Saturday, and we plan on being here a very good long period of time.
So you have a lot of pets who need homes.
Oh yes, most definitely. Lots of dogs, lots of cats, and we offer the space. We're sort of coordinating other rescue groups other than foreclosed upon pets to bring their dogs too. So we have Senior Springer Spaniel Rescue, Dachshund Rescue, Beagle Rescue. A number of rescue groups come and join us every Saturday because there's so much good indoor air-conditioned space.
That's great. Well, come on down to Dinosaurs and Roses and find your new best buddy. What's your favorite Las Vegas discovery? Follow us and tweet with us at HometownD. You're invited to meet the cast and crew of Hometown Discoveries Las Vegas. Mark your calendar for Thursday, September 27th, 6 to 8 p.m. We look forward to seeing you at the historic 5th Street School. We sat down with some members of CrossFit Las Vegas. Here's what they had to say.
I got involved because I have a friend that was doing it, and he said, come along. And so I came along, and I tried the first 3 days of something we do called Share the Pain. It's when you can invite friends and family to try the CrossFit classes for free, and I just fell in love with it. I was completely sore after the 3rd day, and I just wanted more.
10 years, almost 11 years as a Clark County firefighter. So it's everything that I do here at the gym is applicable to what I do on my job on the fire ground. Short bursts of high intense work and throughout any fire, any kind of, not just fire, EMS calls, things like that. So it's really the most applicable workout regimen that I could do for my job and to be ready for my job at all times.
The thing that inspires me the most is just seeing the results that I've gotten, B, the community here. I think everybody drives each other to work harder, to be stronger, to be better, and to achieve our goals. The next would probably be the coaches. I don't think I've ever in a gym environment had people that cared so much about me personally, and my personal life, but then also like what I want to achieve while I'm here.
It feels great now that it's over, but that last minute was really hard. But it's all good.
Same quote, always good to finish. Good to get in and get some exercise and some coaching.
They're so impressed with what you're doing here. Talk to us a little bit about what CrossFit is and how that's different from other exercise routines or programs.
Okay, what the main thing that's different about it is the community aspect, the family aspect, if you will. Every gym you go to, any CrossFit gym you go to is always going to have this community feel to it. There's everybody there, knows everybody there, right? When you go to like LVSC or 24 Hour Fitness, you walk in, you may see the same people over and over again. You've never gone up to them and given them your name. You've never said, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you again.
Right.
Here, when you walk in, you've got at least 3 or 4 people slapping you on the back saying, it's good to see you again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you today.
That competitive spirit.
It's definitely, I wouldn't even say competitive, it's just friendly competition,
Right.
These are all people that you hang out with after the workout. You go out, I don't care if you go have a beer, go have a beer. I want you to go have fun,
Right.
But it's the, I'm gonna kick you or your butt on this today,
Right.
because your buddy, he's going to be good at one thing, but you're going to be good at another, and you're always going to compete on those two aspects or something like that. And it's that drive, that friendly competition that we look for, that we strive for, and that's the biggest difference between any CrossFit gym and any regular gym, is the camaraderie and the friends that you make along the way.
So talk to us about your typical member.
Typical as in like new or have been here for a while?
Well, yeah, let's break it down. So,
Okay.
so a new member, someone who might be thinking about getting started.
Pretty much on the fence, trying to get tipped over one way or the other.
Right.
Okay. What we'll do is we'll offer them a free workout. They can either come in during our Share the Pain days, or we'll offer a free workout every Saturday at 12 p.m. It's entirely up to them which one they come to, but we'll kind of use that time to show them what the gym is about, expose them to the community, expose them to how we train and why it's different than your regular gym. And then from there, we'll inform them about the introductory program, or what we call our on-ramp program. That's our 4-week course, 12 sessions inside those 4 weeks. And then from there, we'll introduce them to different types or different membership options.
Well, yeah, I want to get more into that on-ramp. We've got so much to cover. We might have to have you on tomorrow morning and really cover a little bit more of this. So do you have any competitors here? Like you talked about Olympic training?
No, the really weird thing about CrossFit, weird, cool, however you want to look at it, is it's not necessarily competitive. Yeah, there are gyms in town. There's other CrossFit gyms in town. There's other gyms in town. None of them are competition to us because we offer something completely different. Even what we offer as far as CrossFit goes is going to be different than other CrossFit gyms in town. So if one person comes here, they may or may not like the environment. That's entirely up to them. There's going to be other gyms in town that they may like. So long as they get off of the couch and go find something that they enjoy, it really makes no difference to me. We're doing well enough that if somebody isn't happy with what they have here, so long as they're making themselves active, I'm good. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. And obviously from the fact that you have 225 members and what the members are counting and growing, and what the members are saying about you, it's obvious that your message is reaching people who want to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's reaching the people that we want it to reach.
Right. You've heard the saying, no pain, no gain? Well, CrossFit Las Vegas has a new slogan for us. Share the pain. Bring a friend and share the pain and the fun of a free CrossFit class at CrossFit Las Vegas, September 12th through the 14th. Thank you for joining us. This has been so much fun, and we'll be back tomorrow. You won't want to miss our mortgage expert, Linda Ward, with some sound advice, and Joanne Lucia with interior decorating tips. Of course, we'll have a few more surprises for you. Have a great weekend. I'm headed to class now. Wish me luck. We'll be right here on KTUD Vegas TV every weekend morning, and we are so excited to share our hometown discoveries with you. Join us for the best ideas on living, learning, working, and playing in Las Vegas.